Welcome to Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, our air signs. This is your reading for the month of September. So let me get to my notes because, as always, there are things happening. We have a full moon lunar eclipse on the 7th. So that today is, what does today say? The 31st of August. So this is exactly 1 week from today. And this is a full moon lunar eclipse in the sign of Pisces. So this is going to bring to the surface, right, all of the things, all the emotions we've been pushing down, so we can take a look at them and release them. Find the lessons and find the joy that was there, if you can find that, right? And it's time to just let all these things go. So what does this hold for our air signs for the month of September in general? So September can hold some major shifts. Like if you decide to allow the shifts to happen, right? And it's always your personal choice if you decide to let things happen or if you decide you need to hold on. Always a personal choice. So Gemini is going to be experiencing clarity through connections. You'll be making new connections. You'll start to get clear on whatever the main element in your life is that has been a little stuck or stagnant. Libra is focusing on their personal goals and relationships. And Aquarius, you're seeing career momentum starting to build. So the invitation here is to use the eclipse energy. We have the full moon lunar eclipse on the 7th. We have a solar eclipse on the 21st. So there's a lot of energy happening here. So use the eclipses, for personal breakthroughs, right? To practice a little bit of patience and to find balance through mindful introspection, right? Going within and mindful communication. So there's a lot happening. And you have a lot of choices and a lot of possibilities. So we know eclipses come in to eclipse things into our life and to eclipse things out. So whatever we are holding on to, that is done, that we're refusing to let go of. The eclipses will come in almost like a tower moment. We had that in what sign had a tower? A Capricorn had a big tower moment, has a big tower moment coming in, and it kind of wipes the slate clean for you. It may not feel good, but the result down the line, you'll actually be able to see the benefit of all that. So let's go into our Gemini friends. Hello, Gemini. This is for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and your Venus. And let's pull your cards for the month of September. And if any of our earth signs are watching, I think I kind of cut the earth signs off a little bit. So my apologies to our earth signs. So let's go into Gemini. What does September hold for our Gemini friends, our first air sign? This is our angelic messenger cards. For Gemini, you have introspection, right? And didn't I say that at least for Aquarius, this is rather an invitation for everyone, right, to find, practice patience and balance through introspection and mindful communication. So introspection, and the card number is 29. So it could be somebody born on the 2nd, the 9th, 11th, or the 29th. And if any of those numbers mean anything to you, and I will read the meaning, the angelic meaning of the number 29. And it says, stay positive about your life purpose and pull all of your focus on being of service, utilizing your natural talents, passions, and interests. Doors are opening for you. Keep your faith strong. Yeah, so doors are starting to open. And this is what the eclipses are, right? They are portals to have something end so something new can begin. So Gemini, let's see what the tarot holds for you. And this is a Sun and Moon tarot deck. I don't normally use this for the public readings. This is my private deck, but sometimes things change. So what does the tarot hold for our Gemini friends for September? So this is the 31st. This is Sunday. In the United States, it is Labor Day, so I hope everyone is having a wonderful Labor Day weekend. I do actually have Labor Day off, which is good. So I'm excited for that. So what does the tarot hold for our Gemini friends for the month of September? Okay, that's a lot of cards. We won't pull that many cards. Not at once. Okay, these three want to come out. Yes. Six of Wands came out face up. So that's victory, right? That is success. Like that's an accomplishment or being recognized, right? Public recognition it could also mean. So that could be your friends, your peers. Someone is noticing what you're doing. So let's see, a lot of cards face down, Gemini. What is that about? Okay. Temperance art. So temperance is, for Gemini, this is your oppositional sign, Sagittarius. That was me. So that could, for you, that could mean balance. That could mean harmony. That could mean that maybe doing things in a different way. We shall see. Prince of Swords. That is the Page of Swords. So learning new things. So some of you may be going back to school, or there may be some other learning that you have coming up. But let's see. So we have Judgment, the Devil, Four of Cups, Six of Wands, the Universe. You have two Sagittarius cards here. Oh, no, you don't. I'm sorry. You do not. The Universe, Five of Swords, Princess of Pentacles, Ace of Cups. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcana. So you're coming to the end of a cycle, starting a new cycle. So Judgment, the Devil, like you're finally, Gemini, learning like to let go. There have been things that have been tethering you or holding you back, whether it is a belief system or it is people or people talking in your ear or your own self, your own thoughts. Probably your own thoughts, because you have the Five of Swords here. You're finally learning that you have to let go let yourself emerge, right? There's something that's been holding you back or keeping you down from your own fulfillment. And the thing is that you have the power and the strength, and you actually are starting to set yourself free. Just look at the differences in these cards. Just the energy and the colors themselves are very symbolic, right? The Judgment card is about rebirthing, and so is the Death card. Well, we don't have the Death card here, but so the Death. It's about rebirthing. It is kind of emerging out of the cocoon or rehatching into the newer version of yourself, or the next version of yourself. Four of Cups. And again, she's underneath a full moon, so I would just see what happens during the full moon, although this moon is not an eclipse. And the fact that she is on a lotus flower is going to tell, I'm sorry, I have a hair in my eye, is going to tell me that this is a really deep emotional shift for you, Gemini. This is something that's been dwelling within you for a while, and you know you just kind of have to do this. And to break away from whatever the situation or the person or the thought process is. And as soon as you do that, you have freedom. Fire. You have freedom. And all of a sudden, it's like you start to realize how everything happened, how everything lined up, and you've come completely full circle. You're now allowing yourself to be the center of your own world. It's not that the world revolves around you, but you're putting your focus on yourself instead of others, right? Five of Swords, you're dropping your swords. You're no longer battling in a battle of the mind or a battle of the wits or a battle of the words. You're done. You're taking what is yours and you're leaving the rest behind. You're leaving on the ground or on the table someone else's perspective, someone else's opinions, someone else's way of thinking how you should live your life. You have this big victory coming your way because you are finally seeing your worth and your value. Princess of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, new beginnings and balance. Harmony is coming your way. You have the Prince of Swords. So again, this could be higher education. Oh, look, and then that next card underneath that, I talked about the Death card, death and rebirth. I talked about maybe there's higher education, or maybe these are the big life lessons that you're finally seeing. You're finally going, oh, wait a minute. What? Kind of like Dorothy in the ruby slippers, right? It was within you. You just had to go inside, right? Have that introspection to go within yourself and find that strength within. Princess of Pentacles, you're building something new for yourself. Whether it is a new job or career, but you are building a whole new life based on what you want, based on who you are. And you're building it out of a place of love, self-love. Not expectation, and not out of a wielding sword from somebody else. You are building this based on, look at the light just illuminating from this cup. It is endless, right? And the cup is reflected here in the water. You're coming back to yourself, Gemini. And in doing so, you're finding a little freedom here, a little bit of balance. Look how the yin and yang symbol are right here. So that is about balance and harmony. Temperance is Sagittarius. Sagittarius is your opposing sign, but oppositional signs create balance and harmony. Right? We need the sun just as much as we need, the moon. We need the dark as much as we need the light. So maybe lean into things that are completely different than what you've been doing for yourself. You've got a wonderful world waiting for you, Gemini. This is a lovely reading. So, yeah, a little introspection. And let's see, we'll pull your card from the Gods, Goddesses, and Guardians deck, and we'll see what this holds. Gemini, I'm loving this reading for you, though. If you have any questions, if you want to gain a little more clarity for your personal situation, you can always reach out. I should have my email in the box, I think. I hope so. I'll double check that. If not, you can put a comment in the comment section. This card came out yesterday. Imhotep, Visionary. You're starting to see a new vision, right? Your introspection, going within. This is about trusting yourself, right? Because you have the Ace of Cups. You're coming back home to you. You're having a new vision for your life, or how you want your life to be. Not just how it looks, but actually living that life. Taking the steps, right? This Five of Swords is very powerful, probably more powerful than the other cards. Because you're no longer playing their game or whoever's game. You're now coming back to your own self. Listening to your own logic, your own thoughts. Feeling into your heart. You have a vision. That vision is starting to come clear for you, Gemini. And you're creating a whole new life starting now. So Gemini, that is your reading for the month of September. And again, if you have any questions, if you'd like to gain some clarity, if you have, something isn't making sense to you, reach out. I'm always here. And that is for Gemini. And we will go into, hello Libra. How is our Libra friends? This is for your Libra Sun, Moon, Rising, for your Venus. And Venus rules Libra. So what does September hold for our Libra friends? And again, this is your angelic messenger card. And we'll just see what little angel message is carrying Libra through the eclipses and through the month of September. And September will go into Libra season as well. So just a little hint there as we transition from Virgo into Libra. And it'll be after, of course, the eclipses. And Libra, you have potential card number 8. So let's lean in. Let's see what 8 means in the numerology. And 8 means, number 8 signifies abundance and prosperity. The endless loops of this number signify an infinite flow of money, time, ideas, or whatever else you require, especially for your life purpose. So 8 is also the infinity symbol. So that is above the magician card in the deck. So potential, but Libra, you've had a lot of this coming up lately this year. So let's see. Again, Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and your Venus. Let's see what the tarot holds for our Libra friends for the month of September. Balance, right? 8 is about balance. It is a lucky number in a lot of Asian cultures. 8 is like the lucky number. So, okay, Libra, what does September hold for our dear Libra friends? And my youngest is a Libra. She is a triple Libra. I'm a triple Sag. She is a triple Libra. Tanya. It explains a lot for sure. For sure it explains a lot. Because we are very rooted in who we are. We have the Hierophant. Major Arcana coming face up. So structure, stability, deep, 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 deep knowing. Not just like, I think, but this is like this really deep knowing and focus. So let's see what else comes out for our Libra friends. Okay, this card needs to come up. The Star. You have two cards that popped face up are both Major Arcana cards. The Star, hope, faith. That is also Aquarian energy. So, which is the next air sign. And okay, I'll take them. And on the root of the deck for Libra, Ace of Cups. Some love. Okay, so let's see what else we have for Libra. 4 of Swords, 6 of Pentacles, 3 of Swords, a Hierophant, the Hermit. Oh boy, a lot of art, temperance. Again, Sagittarius here. The Star, 3 of Cups, the Sun. The Sun is considered by almost everyone to be the luckiest card in the tarot deck. So, let's see. 4 of Swords, 6 of Pentacles, 3 of Swords. So, I think this came up before. You just need to take a break. There's a feeling of a disappointment that someone has disappointed you. That there was not necessarily an expectation, but something happened or someone did something that was completely out of the blue and just completely took you by surprise. And you're feeling, not getting the feeling it was intentional, but their actions were a little heartbreaking to you, if that makes any sense to anyone out there. Now, she's got like her heart is outside of herself, right? Because the more we think about it, the more it hurts. So we kind of have to put space between us and the thing. So maybe there was an expectation that things would go one way and they went another, or someone should have done something and they didn't. But there's a little heartbreak here. And Six of Pentacles. So I'm going to say, Libra, that maybe you have a generous spirit to begin with. Maybe you were overly generous and someone didn't appreciate your generosity. Whether you are generous with money, with time, with your information, or there's a sense of that you feeling that you are not appreciated for what you've been giving. And to the point where like you were wearing yourself out, you're mentally fatiguing yourself. And maybe someone is not seeing that, or someone is not recognizing what you've done for them. This is what's coming through. The Hierophant, right? So now you're leaning into like, but what is actually true? The Hierophant, the Hermit, Temperance, 4 major cards, like all lined up. So you're coming back in, right? You're leaning into your intuition. And so the Four of Swords can sometimes mean taking a little break, taking some meditation. In this, I feel like somebody has really kind of worn you out, or maybe you've been overthinking or overanalyzing something. And now you need to take a break. And we see our little symbol at the top here. The Hermit, you really need to take a break and refigure out like who you are in these relationships and how much of yourself you're going to put out there and how much of yourself you need to protect. There's a protection thing coming up very strongly for you, Libra. But at the same time, you want balance, and you want harmony, and you want things to feel light and airy and smooth and easy. And you have faith. You have faith. You have the Star, the Three of Cups, and the Sun. So again, full moon here. What can you celebrate during this full moon lunar eclipse? Maybe you're celebrating coming back into balance with yourself, especially if you've been giving a lot of yourself out. Ace of Cups, we just pulled this for Gemini. Right? Coming back to the heart of who you are. Allowing your heart to be filled, especially if you've been giving a lot of yourself away. Things are turning around for you very quickly, Libra. This is Aquarius energy. You have Aquarius and Sagittarius here today. You have the Sun, Leo energy. So things are moving very quickly. Three of Cups. You find something to celebrate. And maybe you close your circle of people a little bit, and maybe you're learning that you can only trust so many people and not everyone is trustworthy, even if they are friendly and nice and kind. Maybe they are not trustworthy with everything. But you have the Sun. And reading for the tarot ends with the Sun illuminating and shining and making everything bright and beautiful as you lean into what your heart's desire is. So yeah, you've been putting a lot of yourself out there. Your potential isn't always to be giving away, but to grow from the inside out. Libra, if that's making sense. Pretty special reading, Libra. Let's pull out your God, Goddess, and Guardian card. And let's see who is guiding you through this. This is a lot, Libra. It's going to feel a little heavy, and then all of a sudden it's just going to break through. Yeah. But you have a lot of energy on your side and guiding you. So, yeah, take some time. Take that Hermit. And again, you don't have to give your light to everyone. Right? It is yours. You get to decide. Aditi, expand your consciousness. Expand your consciousness. So this is going to go back into the Hermit. Your conscious awareness, or this could also be your subconsciousness, right? Leaning into that space, especially with the Hierophant. The Hierophant is the counterpart to the High Priestess. These are the entities that are directly connected to whatever it is you believe in: God, divine source, creator, angelic realms, higher consciousness. So maybe you're leaning into some higher consciousness and really letting that guide you. Although most of you are already very well in tune, and I tend to think you probably don't even realize it. I think it's such a natural part of who you are, that it's not even your awareness, because it just happens naturally. So expand your consciousness. Again, you don't have to give everything away to everyone, Libra. You get to choose who gets your light, and not everybody is deserving to have your light or your energy or your attention or your focus, right? So Libra, that is your reading. If that resonates, if it doesn't, let me know, right? So this is, a general reading for all. So everything is not going to resonate for all signs. But there's usually something in there that makes sense. So that is Libra. So Libra, happy September. And we will go into Aquarius. Hello, Aquarius. How are you? Happy September. Happy, if I have a piece of dust or something. Happy eclipse season. So what does this month of September, what do these eclipses hold for our Aquarian friends? Again, this is your sun, moon, rising, and your Venus. So if you, like my one daughter, and she's a triple, I'm a triple. My other daughter is not. She's Pisces, Sun, Aries, Moon, and Leo rising. So like she would listen to all three readings. So if you have, if you know I would really just listen to your sun and your ascending sign or your rising sign. You don't have to listen to your moon if you don't want to. But it kind of brings the picture together a little more closely. So Aquarius. Your angelic message is trust, card number 24. And again, this could be somebody born on the 2nd, the 4th, the 24th, or the 6th. And this says, additional angels are surrounding you right now, helping you to stay optimistic no matter what is going on around you. The angels know that magical power of faith. The angels know the magical power of faith, and they're releasing any negative thoughts and emotions to give you a clearer path for manifestation of your desires. So that's very interesting. So let's see what the tarot holds for our, so trust, right? Have faith. Have faith in yourself and faith that things, so I wonder how this full moon lunar eclipse is going to affect our Aquarians. So you can always see where Pisces sits in your chart, because it's a full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces. So Aquarius, you can see where Pisces lands in your chart and what else is around that and what house that's in, because that is going to affect how this lunar eclipse affects you. But what does the tarot hold for, here we go, our Aquarius friends? Two of Wands. So looking towards something new, maybe a new passion, a little spark of energy or hope. Princess of Swords. Okay. So that would be the Knight of Swords. So, okay. Taking ownership. Ace of Swords. So you have Two of Wands, Princess of Swords, Ace of Swords, two cards face down. So taking ownership of maybe mastering your thoughts. But aces are always, they always come in as new opportunities coming your way. Five of Cups. Yeah. Okay, so, okay. There's something coming up here for you guys. Eight of Cups, Seven of Wands. we'll see what the rest of the cards hold, Aquarius. I'm kind of getting the feeling that there's like a separation of a relationship. Yeah, you got the Hierophant here. Oh, the Lovers on the bottom. Gemini. So I would see where Gemini lands in your chart as well. You have the Two of Wands, the Princess of Swords, Prince of Wands. You have a lot of energy. Nine of Pentacles, Ace of Swords. Oh, sorry. Five of Cups, Eight of Cups, Seven of Wands, and the Hierophant. I generally don't like to do relationship readings, but I kind of get the feeling like there's a shift or a change in a relationship and you're going towards something new. You have the Two of Wands. Like, maybe things are not quite as exciting as you would like them to be, and you're looking for like a little more passion. And you're making decisions as to what really stirs you and what gets you going. Prince of Wands. Prince of Wands. A little fiery Leo here. Okay, for some of our Aquarians, if you're in a relationship, there might be someone else coming in, kind of like swoon you away. Yeah, there might be, if that's the case, the cards are laying out that this person might be a better option for you. Whether it is a person, whether a relationship, whether it is a job, something in there. You're in something, but you're not quite as satisfied as you thought you would be. And you're kind of off, maybe you're off daydreaming, like, oh, if I wasn't in this relationship or in this job or in this house or in this neighborhood, what would my life look like? And you get this fiery passion, right, of the Prince of Wands coming out, like, I want something exciting in my life. So maybe your life is lacking a little bit of excitement. You have the Nine of Pentacles, right? This is fulfillment. Ace of Swords, changing how you're looking at things. Maybe you're tired of being disappointed and you're going to start. Five of Cups, tired of being disappointed in how you're feeling or how the situation is. And again, I feel like there's boredom here. I feel like you're bored in whatever it is that you're doing. And you're moving on. Again, another full moon, moving on to something different. And all of a sudden, fire, heat, energy, passion, right, starts to make its way in. You have a lot of fire cards here, Aquarius. And all this, again, all of these readings is bringing everyone back to their self, or back to what is the thing that is right for them, irrespective of where you're at now. And this is where we're all being led, right? And I still have to do this video. We are taught to look outside of ourselves for validation, for approval, for everything, right? We have been taught not to trust ourselves, and this is bringing you back into to trust yourself. And in doing so, right, the Hierophant, you just came up for Libra. You will find the balance that you need. You will find the connection that you need, that lights you up, that sparks you up, that is just full of, look at this, it's just like, that is divinely guided for you. So some of our Aquarians are just kind of like, are you going through the motions, like, okay, I'm just going to do this because, I think that you've lost some of your spark. Some of you have lost your spark. And in those daydreams, you're like, oh, this is what it would be like. Or this is what I think I want. So here's the thing, and I brought this up in Capricorn's reading. We are in eclipse season. Eclipses, again, eclipse things out of our lives, eclipse us out of situations, put us where we need to be. If you're not happy with a situation, whether it is where you live, the job that you have, the friends that you have, the love relationships that you have, whatever it is, and if it's not right for you what you're doing, eclipses come, and if you haven't made any choices or any moves to rectify the situation, eclipses come in and they go, okay, that's it. If you're not going to do it, me, Miss Universe, Mr. Universe, whatever, will come in and just blow everything up. There will be a tower moment, and if everything will change. And in that change, what happens? We start to kind of hold on. We start to go, oh, wait a minute. No. I don't want what I have, but I don't want the whole thing blown up either. The universe will come around and put you exactly where you need to be by stripping away everything that is in the way of where you want to go. So watch your thoughts, watch your emotions, watch your daydreams. Because if you are constantly saying, I don't like this, I'm not happy here, the universe will throw you into where you will cause chaos and undo everything to put you where you need to be. Now, it's not like you're going to be plucked out of an empty bank account into like millions of dollars. It may give you more problems that cause you to need more money, so you get, to teach you how to be resourceful and how to be responsible. If you're not liking the relationship that you're in, it might end out of nowhere. If you don't like the job you're in, your job may be outsourced, and then what? And then we tend to backpedal a little bit, right? Lean into what is burning inside here. The Prince of Wands. This is what you want. You want excitement. You want a life that is divinely guided. That is a divine connection. Right? You don't want like the boredom. You don't want the Five of Cups, like, oh, what if, right? You don't want that. You don't want the Prince of Swords, right? You want the two. You're dreaming here. You want the heat, the passion. You want the Lovers. You want the Nine of Pentacles. You want the abundance of everything that brings you joy and happiness. And if anything that is not doing that, Aquarius, it's probably going to be eclipsed out, or is going to get very difficult. So look at how these things land in your life and what's going on. It would be very interesting to see. So let's pull your final card from the Gods, Goddesses, and Guardians deck, and let's see what guidance is going to carry you through this. And again, trust yourself and trust the universe that things will fall into place after things are removed. Now, you did not get the Tower, but that does not mean that and there was nothing to indicate a Tower moment, other than the fact that your life is not fulfilling to you right now. For some of our Aquarians, right? Maybe not for all of our Aquarians, but for some. So let's see what this holds. Your God, Goddess, or Guardian, who is guiding you through this transition, Aquarius. Because you got a lot happening right now, for sure. For sure. Isis, Sacred Contracts. Boy, this card came out for one of the earth signs. Virgo, I think. Sacred Contract. And then you have the Lovers. You had the Lovers card, right? With the angel on top, right? It's kind of like Cupid, right? This is a divine union. And this is what you want, right? This is what you want. You don't I don't think you want anyone that's just there for now. I think you want the real thing, that the relationships that are divinely aligned and guided for you. And then you have Isis, sacred contracts. So any upheaval, and that's a big word, any upheaval, anything that gets shifted during these eclipses, during the month of September, during these eclipses, are all done because you have sacred contracts to fulfill. If you have sacred contracts that maybe that are not working out the way that they were supposed to, so things need to get shaken up a little bit. Sacred contracts, trust, and the Lovers. These are your cards. I'll probably put the Lovers back. Here we go. Aquarius, you have a lot happening. There's a lot of shifting happening for you, but you can handle it. You're an Aquarian. You are born under the North Star is above you. You are fine. You are the card of the Star card in the Tarot. That is the card of hope and faith after trauma. You've got this, Aquarius. That is your reading. So for all of our beautiful air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, this is your reading for the month of September. I hope this finds you well. And again, if you want to gain more clarity, if you want a deeper understanding, just let me know. And until next time, always, I send you light and love.